Hello, everybody. I just wanted to do a big update to bring you up to speed on what things have been happening since. Well, it's been about 4 months since we've been doing the festival run, and a lot has happened, and it's been the time of my life. And I wanted to just announce a couple things, and we're doing a big push because we have a big scene we're going to shoot for the film, and want you to be included in that. The biggest news we have is that we were at GenreBlast and we won Best Documentary Feature at the festival, which is a huge deal, and it's been amazing and validating, and I want you to celebrate with us. GenreBlast is a super cool festival. It's a genre festival, so it has all kinds of films in the genre space that similar to like horror, gore, sci-fi, thriller, bizarre, eclectic, all kinds of eclectic films. And they accepted our documentary because it deals with a cult and it deals with a really unique story, and they loved it and they selected it, and it was a cool flyer for all the films, and we are in there, which just feels amazing. And the team that runs it has been really cool. Has some cool swag, filmmaker swag. And so I'm gonna give you some updates on that. Yeah, biggest news of the year for us, which is really cool. But we do have an even bigger thing coming, and it's probably the most exciting thing. It's a festival that's picked us up in Minneapolis. I can't tell you yet what the name of it is because they asked us not to, but it's November 12th. So if you do your homework, you can figure it out. So November 12th, there's gonna be a crazy event for us. We've been invited to play, and they've invited all the artists to play live. It's a music and film festival combination. So what we decided to do is, I don't know if you've seen our film yet, but at the end of our film, there's many concert scenes throughout the film, and there's a concert scene at the end of the film, which is sort of like the culmination of the story. And what we realized is that this concert that's going to happen in Minneapolis that we're really excited about would make for a better final scene. So what we're going to do is reshoot. We're going to shoot the event, and it's going to be like 2 hours of music with 3 bands, and which is easily like the coolest thing that could possibly happen as a result of making this film. That these artists, first of all, that we're like highlighted in this big way, and that the artists then are also highlighted in an even bigger way. Like a whole live concert's going to happen. So everyone who gets a ticket to that festival will also have a ticket, and it's in the same venue, same room, the big auditorium at this venue, and you're going to be able to watch the film and then actually be in the film, because we're going to be shooting the whole thing as another scene at the final scene of the film. And I know it's like crazy meta, exciting thing, and yeah, first of all, we want you to be there. We want you to pack the house, and we're going to be selling tickets for that when they're available. Hopefully, we can like get everyone who cares and everyone who's involved in the film to show up for that. So that's easily the most exciting thing this year. So we're planning on that. I've got another director based in Minneapolis who's done like 40 amazing music documentaries, and then a few other filmmakers. My DP that I work with out of Denver is going to show up for it. So we got a whole film crew. We want you to be in the audience, and we want you to bring all the energy and hype for these bands. The bands are going to play are Ryan Sutter and the Awkward Bodies. It's his band, the Awkward Bodies, are now spinning all of his music into this new live band featuring his songs, and they're really talented, and they're in the film as well, Awkward Bodies. So that's like a really cool, also new development that like Ryan has a band. Whereas he has recorded, I think, 3 or 4 albums all solo, like every instrument, or maybe he invited some artists, but he's recorded and done all of the studio. Hi, Dano Capilano. Hi. He's recorded everything solo and made some pretty like amazing songs, but now he's gonna have a whole live backing band to bring a lot more energy to his music. So we want you to be there for that. His band's playing. Another band that's really important is High TV. They're really highlighted in the film throughout, and they're gonna play live, which we're really excited about. And then there's a combination of those 2 bands. We're gonna do covers of 3 other bands. At least this is our going plan. Things could change a little bit as we get closer, but classic band from Minneapolis, the Lavone, who hasn't played in very many years. They're going to do some covers of their songs. Another band that came out 12 years ago, 15 years ago, called Puff Puff, an all-female kind of riot girl punk-ish band. Hopefully they'll be able to, we'll do some covers then with the original singer, and who's featured in the film as well. And wow, no, it's off the top of my head. I can't remember the third one. But some singer-songwriter stuff in the middle. That will be really interesting. So that's our big push. And we have been running this Patreon for 3 years now. And we've got a small following, but I really wanted to see if we can get more people to back this project, because it's going to be a big cost. But instead of focusing on the money of it, what we're going to do is, if you join at the worldly tier, it's $20. You'll get a ticket to the most upcoming festivals. You can actually watch our film, and you'll get a soundtrack for the teaser that we originally launched the crowd fund for making this film, which I think has 8 or 10 songs on it. It's the ExJW Coming Out soundtrack. We have 75 of those digital download soundtracks we can send. So those two things, if you join at $20, the worldly tier on Patreon. So that's our big movement. So if you're already on Patreon, you can upgrade to that. And you can, if you want to, you can do it for just the 1 month and then downgrade it later. But I just wanted to like get some more new fans in, get some more support for this big shoot that we're doing, and reach new people. This is a really big project for me, and Patreon's Season Spark that originally we crowdfunded on, and also now Patreon, has really allowed me to spend my time and energy like devoted to this film over the last few years. And it's been incredible. It's been like, this is what I want to do, and I'm able to do it now because of this. But we're not bringing in, we're only bringing in a little bit of money. So we're really hoping to reach new people, and hopefully what we're offering is you like it. And it's not just the ticket and the soundtrack. Like I've released like 14 or 15 episodes, short episodes, and a couple kind of highlights of like 15, 18 minutes long of a couple people that are more polished and just longer form documentaries and short documentaries. So I want to keep doing that. And I've got 5 out of Mexico that I haven't released yet. There's some from Germany I want to cut down, and all that stuff keeps on coming out. And there's a bunch of episodes, 4 episodes out there right now that they're roughed out. They're pretty good. The stories are solid, but like there could be a little bit more fine-tuned editing, but those are already up. And we're planning to release the not completely raw, but like full-length interviews from the people we interview with. Like there's a lot more that they said other than our 6-minute cut down to make this nice polished thing. If you like that kind of long format, dive into the stories from these people. We're going to start releasing the more long form and less polished version of their story, more like a selfie cam kind of thing. So that brings you to my 4th thing that I wanted to bring up, which is the Festival Circus. Film festivals are a whole beast on their own, and it's something I never really knew how it worked until I dove in with this, and it's been a huge learning curve. Highlights, of course, are GenreBlast. Our world premiere was in Virginia 2 weekends ago, and I flew out there, met all these incredible filmmakers. I'll just page through. There's a couple that were really amazing films. Actually, I have some flyers. Let's see. I'm gonna drop those. Maybe I don't have. There wasn't many flyers at that one. I have this book though. The ones that really stuck out to me. I didn't get to see Red Snow, but that one got incredible reviews. Red Snow was filmed, I believe, in Virginia. No, sorry, it was filmed in Lake Tahoe. A lot of incredible news for that film. If you get a chance to see that, that's an incredible film. A really funny film that's just super wacky. The transformations of the Doctors Jenkins is hilarious. That was a lot of alumni making that. An incredible film. It's called Mr. Kringle. Kringle Time. Kringle Time is just awesome film. And they also played Dances with Films, which is another festival here in LA that I got to go to a bunch. Kringle Time's great. These are the features. One really interesting thing that came out of that festival was the group that played before ours, or right? Third to the last one, it's called Geneva Jacuzzi's Casket. And I actually have a hand screen printed poster here from the director who I met at the Dances with Films mixer. That's a music video by an artist named Geneva Jacuzzi, and it's super wild, hyper layered, like dystopian, retro 80s kind of futuristic, just really interesting music video. And it has a whole story behind it. And turns out the singer artist is also an ex-Jehovah's Witness. So we actually met up. That's last weekend. I went to Dances with Films 3 nights in a row, and we met up on Sunday during the awards ceremony. And she's super cool. Her music's amazing. Listen to Geneva Jacuzzi on everywhere, Spotify, whatever. She's great. So that was a really cool coincidence that happened. Yeah, there was incredible films at this festival. If you ever get a chance to go, keep your eye on GenreBlast. And what's coming up soon is we're going to be in two virtual festivals coming up starting October 6th. And we're going to be, for the Patreon, what we're going to do, if you sign up on the Worldly tier, you'll get a ticket to watch the film. And I'm working with them to make sure I can get a group of tickets to hand out to people that sign up. That'll stream from October 6th to November 8th. So it's an entire month, which is really rare. Most film festivals have like a 1 week time span. So it's a long time. And we're running the campaign now, starting now. And once it's over is when we end on October 6th. So as soon as the campaign's over, to get new Patreon members, you'll get the ticket to watch the film. I guess they don't want me to tell you which one that is either, but it's actually a really important festival. And it's on the West Coast. And another one in Atlanta, Georgia, called Peachtree Village International Film Festival. They picked us up. So that's going to be also virtual. So you can buy a ticket to that if you want to watch the film there. And all the money goes to the festivals. Like, it's a strange, they're a bit parasitic. Like, the whole industry is like, I have to pay to enter. I have to pay to show up. They sell tickets to my film, but they make all the profit. And I'm not sure quite what I get out of it yet, except for, people get to watch it, which is great. And it's limited time, which is good for getting distribution later. They don't want me to like have my film available for a full year before someone buys it. They want it to be limited. It gets us exposure. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that's interesting is an ExJW artist out of Australia, West Australia. Her name is Sarah Riches. She's a painter. And she makes amazing art. I found her on Instagram, and I asked her if she could make something. So I sketched out my idea. I wanted Ryan's face. This is his high school portrait. I gave her a photograph, the main character of the film, and we really dive into his story. And I wanted it on this preacher-looking Jehovah's Witness dressed person with the Bible on a guitar, because music is sort of like their pathway to freedom. And then we have the Nuclear Gopher, which is their music studio logo, the Nuclear Gopher. It's behind him, but sort of like perspective, psychedelic. And she knocked it out of the park. This is exactly what I hoped was possible, and I think she did an amazing job. So I have now the actual hand-painted painting, which is really cool. And we've since made it into the flyer for our early flyer. And then we have now the latest flyer, which we have 6 festivals. We've actually been invited and selected at 9 festivals. So I have to update this again, even though it's got a ton of these. We've got some incredible reviews, little blurbs on the back with full reviews out, which are really cool. Amazing. We got so many good reviews from like music magazines and radio stations and podcasts and YouTube channels. It's just been a wild journey. So the next festival. Okay, so the history of the festivals. We originally got shortlisted by Florida Film Festival, and then they didn't end up accepting us. But we were in the top 30 out of over 200 films submitted. That felt great, but then we didn't get in. We got accepted to a bunch of virtual festivals because of the pandemic, which is a bummer because we get a lot more out of it if it's in person, and people are trying to be safe. So got to respect that, but it's a very different world right now. We got into the Wisconsin Festival. It's the largest university-run festival, and it was incredibly cool to work with them. Good people, a lot of cool films, and it's my home. So audience building was great. a lot of people. We actually threw a party and a private screening in Madison for that, which was awesome. A lot of old friends out of Chicago's music scene, ExJW's witnesses, the Madison crew that I knew really well, the good friends of mine, and the Minneapolis crew. Some came down. Ryan from the film showed up, and it was just like the Q&A was amazing, and it turned into like a therapy session. My old band from high school, my buddies from high school, they showed up. They both, two of the guys live in Madison, so that was amazing to see them, and have them see this film. That was like they were there for like the parallel ride while I was in a worldly band. They were my buddy, my best friends from high school, and just to have that world meeting the Jehovah's Witness music world that they never knew about, but like they knew I was like doing other stuff, but they didn't. None of those people ever meshed because those worlds never really collided. I just had one foot in both worlds and was trying to make it work. But yeah, that was really special. And then we had this very small festival in Manhattan in Hell's Kitchen called New York Independent Film Festival, which was sort of like the dive bar of film festivals. Met a lot of really cool people there and had the time of our lives. Ryan and I both flew out there and basically saw every movie that we could. I think we saw like at least 40% of the movies. There's 2 screens going all the time, so you had to choose one. Met a bunch of awesome people. Here's a few of the flyers that I kept. There's a lot of other great films. Mutiny by, let's see, Matthew Grotzner here. He lives right here, right down the street from me in Marina Del Rey. His comedy, pirate comedy. It's like pretty funny. There's another really funny film that's like a Zoom comedy called The Musicals Canceled the Musical. And their website, Your Musicals Canceled the Musical, the website.com. They're out of Montana. That's super funny. You can watch it now. It's streaming online. Met a director of Unclaimed. It's a kind of a long, it's like a 25-minute film, I think. He's hoping to get it. It's by T.W. Miller. Pretty dark and interesting kind of drama about unclaimed bodies. So heavy theme, but good film. And then Pulling Wool was like a feature comedy, drama comedy, which I actually really loved, and all the filmmakers behind that are super cool. And there's a ton of other great films. I think Your Mother's Daughter is a dance film, a dance, not silent film, just music and dance, but no dialogue. It's actually really good. I've now seen it 3 times because the director also flew out to LA and had a local film fest that we went to. So that was cool. And then, let's see, we got accepted after that to another virtual festival called New Haven Documentary Film Fest, which is a pretty big deal in the documentary film festival world. And the director also had a film in the Minneapolis festival that we're going to be in November. So that was a cool connection that we had, and probably one of the reasons why he brought us in. He also loved the film, of course. But that was really cool to be invited to that one. It's pretty special. And of course, Peachtree is coming up, the one on the West Coast I can't tell you the name of. Another one that was pretty we're the semi-finalists, so we didn't actually get selected, but they're including us in a bunch of other like related programs that the same director and programmers run at the Rhode Island International Film Fest. So that's a really big festival, really well-respected festival. It's a bummer we didn't get to screen there, but I love that it's the only festival that has done this kind of thing, a semi-finalist where they have like another couple programs that they're going to highlight our films in or like try to elevate our films to get in. So that's really special. So yeah, 3 more festivals that we know of are coming up in the next 2 months here. And then another festival news. So Dances with Films. I got a chance to go to 5 nights of this festival. It's actually a 3-week-long festival in person at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood, which I'd never been to, and was super cool to meet. I'm in a class with like 200 other. It's an online class I joined a year ago called Film Festival Mastery. Shout out to those guys, Justin Giddings and John Fitzgerald from Slamdance. It's been awesome to be in that. It's like everything I wished I was getting out of an in-person festival, but ongoing support, like an awesome community of filmmakers who all like help each other out with ideas and pitch concepts and show us their trailers and posters and all theirs. It's like such a fun community. And I've gotten a ton out of it. And 4 of those directors, or 5, yeah, 5, I think, got in to this. Dion's film. Actually, I wish I could remember their names at the moment. I have a couple of I have one of their flyers. Stevie. Let's see. Stevie got in, which is one of my fellow students' films. She produced on it. And Dion's got a great film, Letters. I can't remember what it's called. Actually, I'm going to botch it. Someone say it. Anyway, five good people become friends of mine now online. We all get to meet each other in person. It was really fun. The festival is really well run, and it's very well respected indie fest. Their whole thing is like no mainline, no big time actors, no big time directors, but quality productions, and they bring in as many as they can. It's really well done. Other highlighted ones are this won an award, Oh Baby, like best out. There's only like 10 awards at this festival, so it's a big deal to win there. I didn't get a chance to see Oh Baby, but I want to see that one. I met the director of Backstreet to the American Dream. It's a Latinx film, which I really want to see. Sounds great. This one's been winning awards all over. Vinyl Nation, which I'm pretty excited about. We're looking at pressing a vinyl soundtrack for our film, and this is about the culture. I listened to a couple interviews with the director, and on Tony Duchesne, also ExJW was with us. He runs a Drinks with Tony podcast. He interviewed the director of this. Sounds amazing. Didn't get to see that one. Yeah, Kringle Time I mentioned from GenreBlast. They also play dances. Definitely check this out when it comes out. It's awesome. Really great drama. Important themes. Important themes on Me Too movement as a part of it. This film, I saw at Slam Dance. They played dances, bleeding audio. It's about the band The Matches. And this film is incredibly well done and totally inspired me partially to recut this final scene because they did something similar. They followed the, what's it called? The hero's journey classic story arc in this, where you get to know the band from the early days through their career to this abrupt challenge and then this kind of comeback and reunion tour, and filming during the reunion tour is phenomenal. And it just really pulls the story together and like really is emotional. It's awesome. So I got to meet the director, the producer, and the whole band. I didn't get to meet the drummer. I met the guitarist, bassist, and the singer, which is really special. And the Q&As at this festival were amazing. But Bleeding Audio, watch out for this one. If you've never heard of The Matches, they're great. And the film is also amazing. So that was cool. I got to meet the director and producer of Hollywood Priest, which is about a Catholic priest in Hollywood. Yeah, Dennis Gamero. Yeah, it's a classic type of storytelling. It is. And I'm realizing how effective it is. Yeah, Hollywood Priest is phenomenal documentary. Has a bunch of big-time Hollywood people in it. And it's about a priest who ran the church in Hollywood. And he made tons of films for like 30 years. And I think, is it Romero? I can't remember the name of the film. But it's about he made his big achievement probably was his feature film he made about a priest in El Salvador who is sort of counter culture to the mainstream government and like helped the rebels. And so this priest wanted to make a film highlighting him after I believe he was killed. Anyway, getting to see, it's about the story of Bud Kaiser. And the director is also a Catholic priest, part of the Paulist movement, which I didn't know. They're super nice, and we joked around behind the scenes and just had a lot of fun. So that was really cool. If you get a chance to see that, I learned a lot about this whole Catholic involvement in the film world here. And they were really trying to push like a progressive movement within the church. Let's see, a few more, just 4 more. I got to meet the director of Love and Baseball, which I heard good things about. Great art, key art, and it's a baseball card on the back, which I love. I'm excited to see that one. I'm going to hit the director up to watch that. One of my fellow students made Libertyville. Got her flyer. It's a drama comedy about a Serbian family by Sue Nordberg. And this film's phenomenal. My Fiona, a drama about it's a LGBT drama where I won't give it away, but it's like not Um, it's not like there's no cliches in this film at all. Like it's just all kinds of the challenges you have in a relationship, and it deals with like someone's partner dying early in the film, and then like how the other friends get together and work on work through their grief. Sorry. And then this one's pretty great by Mars Roberge. He has a new album out on vinyl, but it's called Mr. Sister. Pretty interesting style of filming. I can't remember what he calls it, but it's kind of a new style, not really scripted, but it has like a story arc. Got to meet one of the co-star and the director. They're cool. And then this is a short film. I just like absolutely love this poster. It's called Snake Dick, and it's made by these male feminists, and it has stars 2 women, but it's called Snake Dick, and it's a short film. They're hoping to make into a feature, and it was really well done. Like almost looks like Thelma and Louise style, but it's like it's a feminist film about the Me Too movement, starring 2 powerful women. Anyway, that's our update. Let's see what else I want to talk about. Oh, we're going to be working on the soundtrack. We're hoping to, we're going to make a digital version of the full soundtrack for our film, which has 43 songs from the archive from Nuclear Gopher. And some of the stuff that came out after Nuclear Gopher originally dissolved. The Nuclear Gopher studio is going to be back up and running as a full studio. So part of what we're doing in November is to be sort of we're trying to create like a big relaunch for Ryan Sutter, who ran Nuclear Gopher when he was back in the Jehovah's Witness world, and is going to kickstart his new studio that he's building out right now. So hopefully next year, 2022, he's going to have a big launch to start recording new bands. So we're going to bring some awareness to his studio and what they're capable of by putting out a digital soundtrack, hopefully with some new re-recordings that they're doing now. And that'll be digital, full 43 songs, maybe some bonus tracks. And then we're going to do another digital or a CD version of that and LP version of that. So if you're into vinyl records, we're working on putting together a single LP. That's my idea currently, is a single LP. So it'll have like 15-ish songs on it, side A, side B. And it'll be like a collector's LP for, I'm not sure what the price, probably in the 20-something range, with a bunch, hopefully like art insert or something. Let's see. Working on a t-shirt for the film. If you like V-necks, let me know. V-neck or crew neck, concert style or more artistic. I'll probably have this poster on the back with the title, something like this, but without all the text on the bottom. And maybe the Nuclear Gopher logo. Okay, will any other videos from this channel be open for submitting in other languages? By Dennis. Dennis, it's a good question. I have, 15 episodes out. If you're interested in translating them into other languages, I would love to work with you on that. I use a software for that. It's, first of all, which languages you can post. Spanish is probably the easiest because I speak pretty fluent Spanish, and it's really accessible to have someone do that. Other than that, we can talk. I have people in 17 languages who translated our teaser, and those are all accurate. If you want to try that, see if it has your language. I could work with those same language editors to help me put subs on these other videos. But as on the activist side, yes, I do want to translate them into other languages. And if there's a particular video you want translated, I can like bring that to the top of the list and try to get it done. I can like hire someone on Fiverr for $20 or something. You're Brazilian, so Portuguese is your thing. Okay. I have a couple of Portuguese friends here in LA, so maybe that would be easy to just give them the transcript, because most of my videos are shorter, wouldn't be too much dialogue. Yeah, I'll work on that. If you're offering, definitely message me or comment on this video, and I'll try to make that happen, or whichever videos you want. So you like ask, and that's for anyone. If you want a video translated into a certain language, just comment on the video and into what language you want it, and I'll try to get that done. And I guess you're asking for all of my videos in Portuguese. I'll work on it. It's not gonna be my priority because I'm working on the film, but I appreciate you asking. Let's see. Tickets, party. Okay, so Minneapolis, November 12th. 12th. It's the festival's from the 10th to the 14th that we're going to be highlighted in, and on the bands we're going to play in. And we're going to be a headlining film, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, I'll work on it. So we're going to have a party. Like if you come out to Minneapolis, or if you're in Minneapolis and you want to come to the festival and watch the film and watch the bands and participate in our scene, be a part of the movie, we're also going to have a party, and I would love to host that. We're going to probably get an Airbnb or something, and something where we can rage not too far from the festival location. I haven't booked it yet, but watch out for that. And I'm hoping to start a shop on the Patreon. So if you want any of this stuff, I'm going to put it up for sale, and some of the stuff will be pre-sale, like that. The digital soundtrack will be available when it's available. I might do a pre-sale for that. The vinyl LP, probably do pre-sale, and once we get enough interest, if people really want that, we'll launch it. But we're hoping it's like a 20-week lead time, so it takes a while to have them manufactured and pressed, and I have to have someone mix down every song into a special vinyl mix. So there's a whole process, and it's a long duration. But if you want the vinyl, we'll do a pre-sale for that. Let's see. Oh, and like a copy of the film. I can't send people copies of the film or a link, which is why I'm asking you to watch it on the film festival. It's like the only way I'm allowed to get it out there. I still owe people from the original crowdfund on Seed and Spark copies of the film, but I still can't do that until we get someone to buy the film and it's out on their platforms. But yeah, if you are interested in any of this, you think any of this is cool, if you like the channel, if you are interested in the film, please share any of the videos that are on this channel to whoever you think would be interested in watching it. I know there's people who want anonymity, that you don't want to share publicly on your Facebook because maybe your family or something who might still be in the religion can be on there. But if you can share privately to people you know who would appreciate it, that is huge for us, because there's only so much we can do to do outreach, and it takes a lot. Even if we have hundreds of followers on our Facebook group and they don't see our posts because like notifications they turned off, or like Facebook doesn't really bring things up in their feed, or even if we pay Facebook to boost posts, they don't see it if I post it on like our fan page. I have to pay them to get it viewed by the people who already follow our page, let alone like wanting to get it out to other groups. And then the other thing that's crazy is I have paid Facebook like $50 to just boost a thing that is promoting this, just watch the film, or like go to the film festival, and like pay them money to watch the film. And I'll also post it in like 5 groups on Facebook, and then I'll be banned from Facebook, and our like ad won't do anything because we're banned on Facebook for a week. And I don't know why. Like, it's so frustrating. It's such a piece of garbage. I hate the tool. It doesn't work. So if you like what we're doing, please share it, because that's like the most effective way for us to people even know that we exist. I really want people to see this film, and it's a really, really long process with a really big learning curve. But I guess the biggest call to action is join the Patreon. It's $1, and that goes a long way to helping us. $1 a month. And if you want to see the film in October at the film festival, and you want the soundtrack, like join at the worldly level, the $20 level, and you can always just downgrade later. But it would be huge for us to have you support the film and support ExJW coming out as we release new content. And our biggest push is to film this new scene in the film, and it's going to cost quite a bit, because I'm bringing in this other director who's amazing, because I want the film to end on this incredible, amazing, like high level, and I'm really inspired about it, and I'm really excited to organize it. And get to work with some of my favorite film people. Blue skies. Oh shit. What's up, Valjo? Tasha and I are going to be there in Minneapolis, by the way. Can't wait. Cool. Awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to see so many Minneapolis friends. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, I guess just want to wrap it up, but we won. People love it. It's an award-winning documentary already, and it's not out in the world yet. So spread the word. It's been a big deal. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Oh, the Patreon is patreon.com/ExJWDOC, 6 letters. ExJW doc for ExJW's Witness documentary. That's the original branding. So we're just going to stick with that for now. Patreon.com/ExJW doc. Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. You're awesome.